All right, let's talk some motivation digitally, if you know what I mean. We will be discussing the future of digital marketing with Ekundayo Ayeni, a digital marketing expert and alumnus of the Harvard University, by the way. You are welcome, Mr. Ayeni. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Sure you're not into some politics of some sort or something?
That's part of the practice.
Ah, there you go, because you look like a senator. In any case, it's good to have you here. All right,
Thank you.
Let's talk digital marketing. Let's talk about the future. It is the future, whether you like it or not, when it comes to marketing. We no longer go into people's faces and say, guy, you have to do this and do that. It's now all digital. You are approached by people, tens of thousands of people on your social media handles and all of that. But what is the future, according to Ayeni?
Okay, so as I used to say, Bill Gates knew what the future was at the time, went towards the software market, built houses ahead, and then wait for people to come and rent it. So we all pay him some sort of money to use the Microsoft thing today. Same thing for digital marketing. A couple of years ago when we started this whole thing, it didn't look like it. It didn't look like the business. And then when you take for that insight and you begin to project into the bigger market, into what the future looks like. So there is... the Indian market is projected by 2025 by Forbes and all the research they've done. So they'll be doing about 27 billion USD on an average every quarter for that particular market. Nigeria has a deep penetration where the NCCC will have over 83% penetration currently, much more than any other African country in terms of internet usage. That makes it come home. We have better systems in terms of technology, in terms of banking, than many developed countries. So I'd lived on both sides. At the time in the US, they didn't have the cards with chips. And then fraud was very easy. Meanwhile, Nigeria developed such and we started using it before they even got there. And then we talk about the instant transfer where you sit down here and in 2-3 seconds I can transfer money to you and you have instant. Many countries don't even have that yet. So now we'll talk about the future. Now we're talking about place where we'll talk about AI, chatbots, video marketing, intrusive marketing. We'll talk about persuasive technology and how your behaviors can be changed.
Okay.
Your persona can be changed.
Now, you were talking about penetration. You were also talking about the fact that we are at an advanced stage in Nigeria ourselves, even further than other countries, even Westernly.
So also part of the things you want to look at is in corporate comms now, you find that the budget for digital marketing has increased. The demand for personnel has increased. The use of technology, we have more user engagement and more persona built on the AI system now. So if you have some time, you can do some research. They build stuff for you specifically on your social media now. The kind of content you see, the kind of things you like, the kind of ads you serve directly is based on maybe your browser usage. And then it's as bad as now that we have voice search coming up heavily. So you're around your laptop, you're around your phone, you're having a conversation, then an hour later, they begin to serve you such content.
Now, is that true? Because I had an argument with my wife about is this being real
true.
or is it true?
Yeah, it's very true, so, especially for when your device is not
Are you saying that if I say something like Speedo jackets, Speedo jackets, Speedo jackets,
so
in an hour perhaps,
in an hour perhaps you begin to see content that look like it. So it shows that there's some sort of listening that is happening that you're not aware of.
Now, with all of this, how can we take advantage of everything that you have just talked about, as individuals, as companies or establishments?
So knowing all of these, first you sit back and look at, okay, what's the best way for my business to engage this? So when Nokia started, for example, they were a stationary company, and then they grew to become a technology company, and now we know what they are. So the whole idea is, how far do we want to go what we're doing? What's the projection? How do we move from where we are to where we want to be in terms of technology usage? The size of technology that we need, you know, back in the days, there's somewhere called server room. We no longer have that. So we now have a lot of cloud services. So do we intend to migrate our data there? What is our user definition? So we need to look at the average persona. What's their psychography? What's the psychography of my potential future user? What would be their user interest? What kind of engagement are they going to use? Are they going to be using more video to get what they want from us, or they will still go to my website? Are they going to be more mobile? Will I develop more apps? For example, one of the biggest business you can run now is like a dating app. Let me take that as a case study. In the nearest future, when we're doing a lot of remote work now, everybody want to do remote work. How do I meet somebody to date? It
would be online.
Online. So, and we carried out some research, and we noticed we ran a campaign, for example, for a client in March. And in less than a month of running the campaign, we've made revenues close to 50 million for the clients.
Oh, wow.
Just by getting people to download and wanting to make partners.
It would behoove any establishment or individual who's running a business to actually then embrace digital and be specific about how they're embracing these digital functions. Now, say for instance, maybe someone as, let's just say I run a declutter business. I sell secondhand or thrift business. I sell secondhand stuff or exchange. How would you tailor or ask this person to tailor their use of digital media? So,
practically those kind of business are visually driven, not content written kind of stuff. So, where are the biggest channels where I can place these things? Do I want to do it based on myself? Then I need to pick hashtags. I need to pick the kind of platforms I want to use, which includes Instagram and maybe Facebook.
Visual.
And then visual. So Twitter may not be the best way to go around that. Then you talk about a bit of maybe Snapchat here and there. And then the stories you tell around it.
Because do people read these stories? Do they read captions? Do they really?
So these stories can be done using the video stories. So for example, you get maybe one of these songs, and then you do something around it, showing people you can purchase this at a discount rate, and put timelines, and then understand the user behavior in terms of saying, oh, this is 50% off, 10% off. So that's metrics of making the user
Do hashtags, are they really effective? How effective are hashtags? Because I don't think we've come around to using them properly.
So people begin to follow hashtags these days. So there are certain hashtags some guys follow. And then if you select certain kind of hashtag and then you post the content, you will notice that maybe you have more likes or you have more followers for the day. So you need to look at what are the trending hashtags for that particular season. And then how to jump on existing engagement. So, for example, it's as simple as you have a competitor or maybe a business who is doing something like what you just said now, the bigger business, and then you're a small player in the industry. Go follow, see what they're doing, immediately post the content, have the conversation there, give support. For example, there is something that we talked about, guerrilla marketing. So I'll just give them a clue about how to use guerrilla marketing.
That is guerrilla marketing.
Okay. So you go follow some of the big engagement pages that has maybe 1 million, 2 million. Put notification that immediately they post the content, you want to be the first person to comment. So immediately they put the content there, be the first to comment. You control the whole narrative. Now what happens is that for being the first person to comment, and your comment looks maybe good, bad, maybe I don't care what kind of content you put there now, you would begin to get high engagement and high followership. So that is how to get followers for yourself first. So using the guerrilla technique
you're
online.
like a parasite. You're clinging on to these big guys and making sure you're the first.
It's a yoking model also. So you're on TV now and you're having good followership. If I want to get followership for myself, I call you to do Instagram Live with me. And then we'll get on Instagram Live.
Interesting.
Your followers begin to follow me.